Everything's looking pretty good today. I think that means that we're good to go. So, how are you doing, Internet? I'm B-Nuts. Welcome back to Genshin Impact. Welcome to the stream, and good morning. As you can see, I've already gone to the teleport point in Tatara Tales, and that is because I plan on going over to where the where I can try to collect the mysterious conches. I see butterflies, and I'm going to try to collect them, even though I know that there is some lag. Oh, there it went. Of course, it was the more valuable white iron chunk that went further. I want the ore more than anything. And there's a barrier here, so that makes proceeding further much more difficult. A barrier and the elephant. What? I didn't even see you. Didn't need to switch there. I was going for Kaching. Where were you aiming? It's definitely funny when that happens when he's trying to get a bit of distance. An egg? Why was there just an egg there? Okay, let's go down to the beach. I do need to clear those guys in order to make things a little bit easier for me. I thought he was done, but he was not. Those can still explode when they're on the ground. I'm gonna see if I can launch him into the water. That. There's something else over by the barrel. Oh, just a sunset. That's just a pot. I'm gonna use you to heal. Hope you don't mind. Kinda cool that he can block. So he can't block on the directional attacks. It means that on occasion you have an enemy, you have to change your way of thinking when you're going to fight them. Otherwise, you really can't take them at all. Which, to be honest, normally you don't really strategize all that much. It's just about clicking the mouse button often enough. A radish. And I'm being really unlucky today. It timed out, or I gathered it. I'm gonna use this time. Not that I'm... Well, there's the big piece.
Yeah. よし、出発だ。燃えろ。瞬く間に。やっ、ほっ、はっ。
Let's charge it. I'm really not getting any conches today. Oh, come on. I made it. Oh wait, it's the same element. Okay, you're just alright. That still stun the other one too? Even though it's made of the collection? I missed. That was completely mistimed, but at least it was still frozen. I think I'll get anything, but we need to go back to where the beach is. I do have enough, I just would like to get more. Maybe the game is saying, you have enough, let's try and get rid of some. You have stockpile over here. And I finally got one. Can I see a sparkly over here? I see one here. You're not immune, and neither am I.
Yep.
Am I getting damage from that? Or is it just stun or what? Doesn't seem to be doing anything. There it is. I don't think I ever solved this one. It's up there. If there's land I could bounce off of, I could get that. Oops, I missed. Obviously not possible to get all of them to 3. How do you do this? Need a code. If I do this, this one will go back to 1. I don't have a numbered code yet, so let's leave that around. Another one?
よしせい陣営のごとく痛い相関化粧
お主の勝ちだ。
よっ
This team is why I don't
Yep.
haven't really had a need to have a healer.
急がないと
Just in case there's more around here.
冒険だ冒険よし出発だ
I don't think I have any for those. But they could be used for something else. Grab. Okay.
よし出発だ冒険だ冒険
Okay, let's cut back across here. I got at least one. I don't think I'll get the blueprint today. How many do I have now? Just 8? I almost had enough for all 3, but there's 2 potatoes. Alright. Let's get to the task that we have today. The World Quests. And I think it's two different people I have to ask. I can just port there, which is good. That's down on time. I was correct, by the way, when it came to the event. There was lag slowing me down, but I kind of solved it anyway. Come on.
いってってってって
Both my monitors up.
一体どこから
They're kind of just right there. Not really. But yeah, the events, they do move around, like I said. It's like I thought. And they, well, apart from the last one. And because of my stream, certain things were lagging behind, so it wasn't easy to do the ones that
周
depended
りを
on
探索してみ
timing.
ないか
So afterwards, when I was doing them off stream, it was much easier, but there were still ones that I wasn't able to get completely. Most of it simply in Bolt Blitz. So I'm still missing this one and this one, but those only just, they give Gamora and the enhancement stones and not these. So that's alright. This one I completed all of the challenges. And I can work from this one off stream in order to complete it. And then I can go back in as many times as I want to get more of these cube things, the thunder crystals. So that's going to be all right. And I didn't realize I hadn't done the test runs for the characters yet, so I did it. So let's do this. There's something I can help you with. What's all this Mikage Furnace and Tatara Tales? Just a small problem. We need a little time to sort it. You're an adventurer, aren't you? This place isn't suitable for you or your ilk. Get out of here. It's so funny that even though we're wanted, we can just wander around wherever. And we just stole one of their swords. Oh, that's not something we can... I'm burning, but I'm not taking damage. Okay. Let's see what Miyuki has to say. How did it come to this? What is Mikage Furnace that you guys were talking about earlier? You're an outlander, aren't you? You've got some terrible luck to have traveled to Inazuma at this time. That island is called Tatara. There's a smelting plant for jade steel, which is used to forge weapons. Are you aware of the legends of Inazuman swords? The jade steel manufactured here is the reason that Inazuman swords are as sharp and durable as they are. So it's a weapon material. No need to worry, this can hardly be called confidential military intelligence. After all, the Tenryou Commission feels that having the ability to forge powerful weapons is something they should flaunt. A few years ago, for the purpose of expanding production capacity, they hired a team of consultants from Fontaine. They built the Mikage Furnace, a machine that can fully harvest the powers of the Tatarigami. We've warned them countless times not to let their guard down when it comes to the Tatarigami, but they decided to go ahead with the project anyway. After the Mikage Furnace started production, most of the consultant teams returned to Fontaine. Only Xavier, who we just mentioned, stayed behind in Inazuma. Yeah, we knew that from last time. But during one of the previous battles, something went wrong with the furnace. The part that stored the corrupt Tatarigami energy became extremely unstable. Why was the energy corrupted? Work has halted in Tatarasuna, and everyone was evacuated shortly after. Oh, that's why it's called Tatara Tales. Xavier took emergency action and he seems to have set up a containment dome around the McCookate furnace. It's only a temporary solution, though. He's probably still on the island now, trying to figure out a way to solve the problem for good. Meanwhile, the Shogunate is only concerned with restarting production as soon as possible. I hear that they're even considering calling the consultants from Fontaine back. But I doubt they'd be willing to come under the current conditions in Inazuma. And it just has to be that handbag guy in charge of this whole thing, doesn't it? Who's Hanby? A manager, you could say. Always gone on about procedures, articles, and applications. His first reaction is never to find the solution to the problem. Instead, it's about what forms should be filled out, and which powerful individual needs to be informed about the incident beforehand. He's probably in the city right now, preparing to submit whatever forms he can find. I really don't know if he's actually aware of the severity of this situation. I hope that Xavier or a craftsman can find some way to solve the problem. It sounds like she doesn't have a lot of faith in Hanbei, but in Xavier, he's fine. If something was to go wrong with the Tataragami inside the Mikage furnace, well, if that happens, she should probably leave the island. This all sounds pretty serious. In fact, our adventures for sure, or, oh, when someone think of the four treasures. That's true, but didn't she mention that someone named Xavier is trying to find a solution? Why don't we go and take a look? It'll put our minds at ease if we could help take care of this, wouldn't it? But why are we looking to help out the Shogunate? It's not like exactly like we're impartial or anything. Oh, that was just regular pine. Oh, where we were just ordering. Well, sort of. Just not in the same way as where we just were. Hang on a sec. I should exit out of this. Since it does not pertain to the game. Okay.
無駄な時間を過ごしてると仕事が終わらないわよ。
Ah, there he is. I had a feeling about falling into the water that wasn't right. What is that? Oh, it's one of those, one of these guys. There he's over here. You can sometimes see them pop in. Should be able to hear it too. He should certainly be somewhere nearby. See or hear. Leave that alone now. See if we can get some more wood. That's not really what I meant. great inventor Xavier, huh? It's hopeless. Hello, are you Xavier? That's right, Xavier's the name and the name's mine, but is it fair or foul that we should meet at this time and place? Pray tell, fine lad, who are you? I'm just a helpful adventurer. Adventure? Ah, a grand adventurer en route to the stars, the abyss, and beyond. Arrives here on the island of conflict in Tatara Tales. On the way here, did you happen to see a protective cover that looks like a bubble? Did not. Oh, okay then. Oh, that makes sense. The containment dome is not usually visible. If you want to view it from a distance, you have to employ a specific observation technique. So how do you do it? Not with my eyes, that's for sure. I view it by availing myself of this work, the Mikake Furnace Emergency Response Procedure, trial version. I followed the instructions to the letter. Based on the readings given by the instrument, it seems that the dome has been successfully activated. One other thing I should mention is that, technically speaking, its official name is the Mikake Furnace Emergency Containment Dome. As for the Mikake Furnace, Miyuki explained. Fantastic. She is considerate and capable young lady. What a blessing it is to become acquainted with one such as them. But whatever happens, I've now sealed it following the Mikake Furnace Emergency Response Procedures trial version, so the problem is almost certainly contained to a certain extent. What do you mean by to a certain extent? Well, it might be 893 pages long, but the trial version has no information on the emergency measures applicable in a wartime scenario. We need to form an editors group for a trial version expanded edition first issue and have a detailed discussion on additional emergency scenarios. Anyway, point being, even though I have followed the emergency response measures, they aren't the most complete, and the environment within the containment dome has turned less than ideal. The Mikake Furnace has now ceased operation indefinitely, and that soldiers are getting incredibly antsy about it. Allegedly, Miyuki recently borrowed some of his people to arrange for the evacuation of the civilians. Now that really got him riled up. But if things continue like they are, who knows? But Tarazuna might just turn into glorious firework visible all the way from my dear home, the beautiful town of Petrichor. Could it really get that bad? In the worst case scenario, yes it could. We've not yet reached that stage, but if it gets that serious, look further to the procedures for further guidance? Precisely, but considering it mostly deals with insurance claims and lawsuits and the like, I was rather hoping it wouldn't come to that. Recently, though, the instrument is indicating that the containment dome I activated is a little unstable. But I don't know what or where the problem is. Back in my beautiful homeland of Fontaine, we would normally have a vision-wielding expert diagnose the problem. Then we would form a dedicated review panel to discuss and raise proposals, approve a solution, then organize the remedial work. With Inazuma being the way it is right now, all I can do is try to determine what might be going on through naked eye observations and my imagination. In short, you're taking a best guess? Best guess? My dear boy, please. That is a woefully inadequate representation of what goes on. A fair description would be observation and inference, drawing on a wealth of professional experience, including analogous previous cases. Okay, so uneducated. Precisely. So my guess is that it could conceivably, potentially, possibly, probably be an issue with the device containing the Tatara core that is having a knock-on effect on the containment dome I installed. But even if that's the case, the readings given by this instrument seems off. Something must have happened outside the dome as well. So we're just missing a vision barrier, yes? You're lacking someone capable of investigating? Yes, that's it. Under the current circumstances in the area around the Mikake Furnace, only a vision bearer would be, well, safe. Anyone else would probably make it around 3 paces. That sounds pretty dire. Except for me, I'm a special case. I'd have croaked about halfway through taking my first step. That sounds even worse. In short, if we only knew what exactly was going on with the furnace, I'd likely be able to formulate a fair plan, but we'd still need a review panel to approve it. Wait, it would only take one person to fulfill the function of a review panel. So we're all set. I can go investigate for you, but it doesn't look like you have a vision. I have my ways. That's so. Alright, you swayed me. It's not technically proper procedure, but we shan't achieve anything by just sitting on the issue. And I suspect that if we left that soldier to handle it, his report would still be sitting on his superior's desk of drawers, having dusk as the island was being blown sky high. Let me pack up here, and we'll head off. In any event, we need to get closer to the furnace to get a better idea of the situation. Perhaps we could go and investigate the surrounding area while I'm packing up. These strange readings must have something to do with whatever's happening in the furnace. Pack up? Has that been approved by a review panel? Actually, as representative of the present review panel, I've already granted myself authorization to pack up and start camp. So no need to worry about that. We have to travel quite the significant distance. We can apparently get closer if we start in Rito. Good thing I activated more teleport points or I'd have to walk. Also, I did do one world quest involving a nameless samurai who had lost his memories. Okay. Let's go. That is definitely a berry. And so is that. If I want to get in, I will have to find a it's quite expensive. Looks like we need to find a way through here to investigate those rifts. And that's not actually anything. Where's the zippy gonna go? Oh, there's one. Thanks, Zippy. But I should probably take care of these guys.
命を捨てに来たか。
瞬く間によっ
燃えろ。へっ。
You missed. What were you doing standing there? Wait. Are you even there? Ow.
燃えろ。
陣営のごとく
That one reset. And he can wait. And of course, I could have done this way the entire time.
ここだ。
I'm not so sure that picking those up is at all advantageous to me. Another page. Okay. Investigation point? Tips in. Now where did it go? Did it go up? It did. Never seen a square mask before. I can't see where she is. The sigils are pretty much the most important part of that. Alright, let's see if we can get in. No, it did. So, how do I observe this further? No. Rift is huge, best we keep our distance. Oh, that was all that I needed to do there? Of course, this barrier does cut us off from a lot. Necessarily need to fight him. I'm just looking to see what else there is. Let's port back up. And see what we can see if the situation from here on this side. Especially since there should be. Whoop. It certainly does get in the way. Let's see what we can see from this. So I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing a lot of the same thing still. Let's heal up while we have the opportunity. And I don't think I have enough oculi to level this up again. I have 6, I need 18. Definitely not enough yet. It's closer. Take one of these just in case. He's big and heavy. Glad I didn't die from that. It reset. I think my sword is bigger. There are a lot in this area. If only I could get to them. I don't know if I have enough time to zip it. Especially since it did that first. Oh, there's one right next. Looks like we need to take care of this thing before we can back up in the containment. Take care of what? Can I go in? Nope. Here it is. This rift's looking more dangerous by the second. What? Did I get overloaded on? It was not fire.